Hello friends, today we will see a live procedure of bronchoscopy. I'll use flexible video bronchoscope. So before going to bronchoscopy, we should know what are the things required and what the things to do prior to bronchoscopy. First important thing is that we have to take consent from patient. Prior to consent, we have to explain all aspects of bronchoscopy, like what are the indications, what are the contraindication, and what could be the complication in that particular patient in his language. Then only he will give you consent. And prior to procedure, we have to explain that you should come on the day of bronchoscopy with nil oral, at least for 4 hours for solid and 2 hours for liquid. Why so? If patient will take food prior to bronchoscopy and we will anesthetize his throat, so if he will take meal, then he may aspirate while bronchoscopy. So we should ask to come nil oral. If patient is diabetic, very important, ask patient to skip morning dose of anti-diabetic drug. Otherwise, it will cause hypoglycemia while bronchoscopy. If patient is hypertensive, then ask patient to take his or her regular anti-hypertensive drug in that day morning with sip of water, because bronchoscopy itself will cause hypertension. So we have to take hypertensive drug. If patient is taking anticoagulant, then we have to ask to hold anticoagulant prior to bronchoscopy. Like if patient is taking warfarin, then we have to ask to hold at least for 5 days. But if patient taking newer oral anticoagulant, then patient need to hold for 2 days only. We can continue low dose aspirin. No need to discontinue that aspirin. And on the day of surgery, what are the things required? First, we have to do lignocaine sensitivity test. We have to inject 0.1 ml in the subcutaneous tissue, and we have to watch for any local arrhythmia or induration, that is hypersensitivity reaction. And in all patient, we have to secure IV line. We have to insert Vigo, and we have to monitor his or her vitals while bronchoscopy. Like we have to watch for SpO2, we have to watch for blood pressure, heart rate, SpO2. All things we are supposed to monitor. If patient's SpO2 is below 90, then we have to give supplemental oxygen. Or while bronchoscopy, if patient is saturation falling more than 4%, then we have to give supplemental oxygen. So now what are the drugs or anesthesia required during bronchoscopy? So main drug is lignocaine. So we are using this lignocaine in 3 strengths. First is 10% lignocaine spray. We are using for pharyngeal wall anesthesia. We are giving 4 to 5 spray in post pharyngeal wall. How to give? I'll show you while doing bronchoscopy. Another thing is 2% lignocaine jelly. We are using for anesthetize this nasal cavity. We are inserting this cream like the gel in nasal cavity. And another one is 1% lignocaine injection. We are using in bronchoscopy while going inside. So as we are going inside with bronchoscope, we are instilling 1% lignocaine at vocal cord or bronchi. So these 3 strengths are giving. If patient is agitated, uncooperative or very anxious, then we can use sedatives like midazolam with or without fentanyl. If you are using midazolam, just remember you should not give that higher doses. You have to give 1 to 2 milligram midazolam only, that too slow IV, and you can give 50 to 200 microgram of fentanyl. So this is all about medication. Then remember, then we have to protect ourselves also, and we have to protect our staff also. So please make sure to wear proper PPE kit, cap, mask or gloves while doing bronchoscopy. So this is all about pre-procedure things required. Now let's come to bronchoscopic suit to see instrument. Then I'll show you procedures. So first we will see our video bronchoscope. So this is flexible video bronchoscope. This is monitor, this is light source, and this is video processor. and this is lamp. Okay. So first we will see our instrument. So this is flexible video bronchoscope. It has tip, and tip you can see one hole is there. This is working channel, and this is two light. Can you see? This is two light, and another one is just opposite to working channel. This is camera. So just I'll show you by lighting the lamp. So I'll switching on the lamp. So after switching lamp, you can see there are two dots, two lights. So this is light source, and light source working channel, and posterior side this is camera. So now I switch off the light. So this is fibro optic, fibers are there, and you can see this marking. Each marking is 1 centimeter. Here is 20, and 20 it means the length of this part is from this part to up to tip is 20 centimeter, and distal 5 centimeter it can be bent like this. How it is bending, I'll tell you. Okay, so now we'll see our handle. In handle many things are there. So this is suction port. So by attaching our suction we can take suction. This is suction ball. So by pressing we can do suctioning. Here it is thumb handle. This is for to make bronchoscope anterior and posterior. So once I'll push it down, it will go forward, anterior side, and once I'll push it in upside, it will go posterior side. So in anterior side it can bend up to 180 degree. In posterior side it can bend up to 120 degree. So this is opposite direction. Once I'll push upward, it will go posterior side. Once I'll push downward, it will go anterior side. So this is how we can do anterior and posterior. So below that, this is working channel. This is important. It is used for to instill the drugs like xylocaine, normal saline, tranexamic acid. So any drug we can instill by this channel. This is connected with this working channel. So whatever we instill here, it will come out from this tip. Another use for this working channel is to take biopsy. Once we are taking biopsy, we have to insert biopsy forceps by this channel only. So biopsy forceps, tibial needle, any biopsy forceps we are inserting from this channel. So we will close it. Now question is, which hand we should hold this bronchoscope. So you can hold bronchoscope by any hand. If you are right hander, you can hold by left side. If you are left hander, you can hold by right hand. But keep in mind, you have to use thumb for this lever and for index finger for this suction valve. Okay. Then how to identify that our position of bronchoscope is correct or not? It's anterior or posterior. So what we will do, we will switch on the lamp and see. So the anterior part of patient should come the superior part of this screen, and posterior part of patient should come inferior part of this screen. So how to test? I'll keep my finger anterior part, empty part, and you can see in monitor this is on upper part of screen. If I'll keep my finger posterior side, it will, you can see my finger in inferior part of screen. This is how we can test our correct position of bronchoscope. This is HRCT of patient. You can see there is cavitating consolidation on apical segment of right upper lobe. Before bronchoscopy, we will give anesthesia to pharynx. This is 10% xylocaine spray. We will spray to patient. We will ask patient to open mouth. बाबा जीभ लंबा करिए, बोलिए आ आ आ. So we will give 4 to 5 spray. it will anesthetize posterior pharyngeal wall up to vocal cord. Then we will check suction whether it is working or not. So we will suck normal saline. So after that we will check which nasal cavity is more wider than other. So his right nasal cavity is more wide. So we will insert xylocaine, lignocaine jelly. This is 2%. We'll ask patient to take inside with nose. Then we will take xylocaine on this gauze piece and will put some jelly on bronchoscope for lubrication purpose. We will check orientation of bronchoscope. I'll keep my hand on anterior side and you can see in upper part of screen. So my anterior is on upper side of screen and posterior part of patient will be lower part of screen. Now we can go by keeping bronchoscope straight or we can bend. See, because nasal cavity is like curve, little curve. So now we are going inside. So you can see this epiglottis, and posterior epiglottis you can see vocal cord. So this patient vocal cord is widely open. So we will ask patient to say E. Baba E बोलिए E. E. So you can see vocal cord is moving with saying E. Now we will give local anesthesia to anesthetize the vocal cord. So this is 5 ml xylocaine we are giving by our working channel. So it will go inside and will anesthetize trachea also. So before going inside we will check his piriform fossa. So this is left side piriform fossa. So there is no visible growth. Now let's see right side. So this is right piriform fossa. So both are good. Now we'll बाबा लंबा सांस लीजिए. So in deep inspiration we will go inside. We will give lignocaine because this lignocaine will equally distribute in both bronchi. So it will anesthetize both bronchi. You can see this anterior C-shaped cartilage ring, posterior trachealis muscles. So there are lot of secretions. Probably patient is having bronchiectasis and COPD also. So you can see carina. Carina is sharp and normally placed. You can see right main bronchus and you can see left main bronchus. We will give local here also. So it will go equally in both sides. First we will go normal side, that is left side. Left side we will rotate bronchoscope to left side and just push lever downwards. So we will go inside left side. So you can see sharp secondary carina, 1 o'clock position left upper lobe and 7 o'clock position left lower lobe. So we are going. So here this is upper lobe. In this upper lobe this is lingula. So lingula you can see two part, superior part and inferior part. Superior is this 3 o'clock position and 9 o'clock position is inferior lingula. So this is our lingular part. Now this is upper lobe. Upper lobe there are two openings. You can see this 3 o'clock position apico posterior and 9 o'clock position is anterior. In this apico posterior apical part in 3 o'clock position, 9 o'clock position, this is posterior part. So there are two segments in apico posterior and this is anterior. You can see sub segments. There are two sub segments in anterior part. So now we'll come back to our secondary carina. Now this is downwards lower lobe. In lower lobe this 9 o'clock position you can see superior segment of left lower lobe. You can see subsegments. So coming back, this is other basal segments. So you can see 3 ALP, alkaline phosphatase, anterior, lateral, posterior. So anterior in one opening and lateral posterior in another opening, that is in 9 o'clock position. So 4 segments in left lower lobe. Medial segment is absent. Now we'll come to carina, and for right side we will rotate bronchoscope to right side 90 degree. So we are going right side. So this is secondary carina, junction between right upper lobe and right intermedius bronchus. So for right upper lobe we will do liver down. So there are lot of secretions. It's little difficult to go right upper lobe. So there are lot of secretion because in CT scan I told you that lesion is right upper lobe apical segments. So we will connect our mucus trap or mucus extractor to take bronchoalveolar lavage from right upper lobe because lesion was in right upper lobe. So this is right upper lobe, lot of secretions. So I was not able to make out. So I'll give 10 ml normal saline to clear it. So while giving saline, we are taking 10 ml of air and 10 ml normal saline, and we are injecting it through working channel. So this is lower lobe. This is right upper lobe. We are trying to going. Yes. So you can see 3 segment. In 12 o'clock position, apical segment. In 5 o'clock position, posterior segment. And this is 7 o'clock position is anterior. So apical, posterior and anterior. You can see this white mucus patch in right apical segment. So we will take ball from here. So you can see 10 ml air and 10 ml saline. So we will wedge bronchoscope in apical segment and we will give saline. And we will wait for few seconds, say 30 seconds, because saline should go inside the alveoli and come back for bronchoalveolar lavage. Now we will suck out. So you can see this white mucus is coming, very thick secretion. Patient was chronic smoker, so patient was having bronchitic feature also. See, you can see this thick patch. It may be fungal also. So we will give another aliquot of normal saline. See, lot of secretions are there. So for bronchoalveolar lavage, minimum 100 ml NS is required. Maximum is 200. This 100 ml we are giving 4 to 5 aliquot of 20 ml each. But we are giving 10 ml at a time only. 10 ml saline and 10 ml air. So we are taking lavage from right upper lobe. So we have to take suction gently. The problem is that mucus extractor tube is very narrow. So many times if thick secretion are there, it used to get blocked. So this is right lower lobe, but we have to take ball from right upper lobe. This is right upper lobe. You can see apical part, this white mucus thick patch is there. So sometimes it is not getting clear by normal saline. So in that case we can inject N-acetylcysteine, or sometimes we can inject soda bicarbonate to to liquefy this mucus, so by which we can remove it. Or if you have facility of cryotherapy, so we can use cryoprobe to clear this mucus plug. Many times we can get mucus on our bronchoscope tip, so we can get it clear by rubbing bronchoscope to posterior part of trachea by cartilage rings, so it can clear. So this is about right upper lobe. Now we will go right lower lobe. So we will come back to carina. Lot of secretions are there. So this is carina. So we are trying to make it clear. So we will inject 10 ml NS to clear the field. So whenever we are giving normal saline, patient is coughing, and lot of secretions are coming from oral cavity also. So now it is visible. So I will rotate my bronchoscope to right side 90 degree to enter right side. So you can see secondary carina. Now this is bronchus intermedius in 12 o'clock position. In 12 o'clock position you can see right middle lobe, and 6 o'clock position is lower lobe. We are entering right middle lobe. So you can see two bronchus. So medial one is medial lobe is 10 o'clock position, and 5 o'clock position is lateral segment. This is middle lobe. So this is lower lobe. This is lower lobe. So 3 o'clock position you can see superior segment. In 7 o'clock position you can see medial segment, which is very close to middle lobe. So this is medial segment. You can see subsegments also. Here these are basal segment. They used to be 3 ALP, alkaline phosphatase, anterior, lateral, posterior. There is variation here. You can see 2 only. So 1 is missing, or same opening for 2 segments. Now we are coming back by suctioning, but before coming out, let's see left side, because lot of secretions are there. So we will clear the secretions from left side also. This is left side. So come outside by suctioning, so there should be no secretions after that. So after coming out, we will do suction by normal saline. So whatever secretions are there inside, it will come out. So now our procedure is completed. So friends, how was the procedure? I hope you learned many things by this video. If you learned from this video, please share with your friends and like this video. See you with another video. Thank you very much.